Alright guys, so in the last episode, we may have broke the Lexus. So, broke the diff beyond being able to fix it. So, me and Bailey got the parts car in the shop. So, we're going to get it up in the air, get the diff out of it, get this diff welded, and maybe even try to get it in the new car, or in the other car today, and try it out. So we want to get this out, get it welded first, then go to the house, load up the Lifted Lexus, get it down here on the lift, probably go pressure wash it, get most of the mud off so it's not a complete disaster to work on. So, with that being said, let's get to work. So, we've already been under the car once, and this ain't like the G35. Every bolt to hold the diff in is an Allen head. So not your normal just hex head bolts. Bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. So we're literally going to put the car up in the air, put the e-brake up, break some loose, lay it back down, let the e-brake loose, rotate, and do that. Probably got to go buy some tools too because I don't have the right Allen to fit the bolts to hold the back of the diff. So now, back at it. So, this car is becoming even more of a pain in the butt. I'm sitting up here working the e-brake while Bailey's down there trying to get the bolts out of the axles. And we've soaked them with PB Blast, and it's too tight of an area, you can't get an impact on them. So, some of them are coming right out, some of them are wanting to strip. So, I don't know if I can get the camera down there. Say hey, Bailey.
What up?
So, little quick job's going to take a little bit longer than thought, but that is definitely to be expected with anything automotive. Stuff never works right. But it will 100% be worth it once we're done and out ripping in the off-road Lexus again. I think Bailey might try to get his dad to bring his skid steer out and possibly do some grading and smooth out the field and get some jump set up. So maybe this weekend we can absolutely rip this thing. So let's see what happens. Alright, so my boy Bailey right here got all the bolts broke loose on the axles. We've already got this axle completely off. It's just up there chilling. And got to pull the other two bolts out of the right side axle. And we're going to have to go to the parts store or Northern Tool or Harbor Freight something and get an Allen to fit these backs. I do not have the right size. And to make it easier, probably going to remove the rear sway bar or at least drop it down. So, yep, our replacement diff. So we're going to get it out today, get it welded hopefully, and then probably get the lifted car down here on the lift tomorrow, because I'm probably going to try to have my rollback come pick this car up today and go ahead and get it transported out to the field and dropped. Because I don't know if I need anything else really off this car. Not sure. I pulled a lot off of it. She's pretty hurt. Like all the right front suspension on this thing is broken because this is what came off the other car. Probably gonna drop the steering rack though, because I'm pretty sure the steering rack's damaged pretty bad in the other car from jumping it. So, but either way, we can pull the steering rack out in the field and it won't be too bad. It's literally just 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, the slip there, and then the tie rods. I'll probably just pull this rack with the tie rods. That tie rod's already loose. That one still has a Carter pin in it. And what's sad is this was a clean car. Underside of this thing's pretty clean. I just had a title issue. The kids started parting it out, and it had some like eBay junk coilovers on it. I literally, no lie, something to sell. I literally paid $60 for this whole car with the coilovers, and those coilovers are the ones that are on the Lifted Lexus that we've been jumping it with. It did not have wheels. These are actually the stock wheels that came off of the other car. So yeah, this has been the best $60 I have ever spent. Wouldn't you say, Bailey? Yeah. Ever since we named our lizard Billy, I keep wanting to say Billy instead of Bailey. We was riding down the road one day and looked over, and there's literally a lizard attached to the back window of this SUV, and we deemed his name to be Billy. So, yeah. But, yep, so this car is going to go out to the field after we get this diff out of it. And while we're here at my shop, we have not shown my shop yet on any episode. So let's go ahead and do a quick walkthrough. Pallet of Lexus parts and G parts. I used to own an arcade business. I sold it, and the guy still hasn't picked everything up. As you can see, there's arcade games everywhere. This is an old SEMA car. It used to be the Braille battery car. I was going to build a demo car out of it, full wide body, chromoly cage. Changed my mind. Going to sell it. It's for sale if anybody's interested in a badass project. This is my supercharged VK56 G35. This used to be an FD many years ago. This was the Drift Emporium car that was drove by Ron Eworth. I believe Joe and Lejeune drove it, Forrest Wang, and a couple other guys. And then down here is my S13, which I've had for well over 10 years. My teammate Wade Smith, his car, which is wrapped like Cal Naughton off of Talladega Nights. But yeah, there's my S13. Poor girl. We might do a video about this car later on. I would start talking about it in the details, but that would ruin a video. But yep, I lived in this shop for a year and a half. I actually built a complete apartment in there. It's pretty nice. Hardwood floors, granite shower with marble floors in the bathroom, full stainless kitchen, including the countertops. Those Achilles tires ready for the season. All bolts out. Yee. Alright, we'll finish this quick tour and then we'll go get some tools. So, gotta be ready with the 350Z G35 drift stuff. So, there's a whole pile of front and rear subframes. Plenty of subframes. Let's see. So, you've heard me talk about my other videos and last episodes about a 240Z that I had I'm going to make into a jump. This is it. It's extremely rusted. Its name is Fred, because the only thing you can do with this thing is Flintstone it. It is not worth saving. It's junk, so it's going to become a jump in the field. My other IS300 parts car, and just some more junk. There's more on the other side of the building. Just don't really feel like going over there. Don't want to make the video too long of meaningless junk. So, with that being said, time for us to hit the road, go get a couple tools, and I also need to get a 12.8mm socket so I can finish building a set of forge lines for a customer. So, time to get some tools, get this diff out so Bailey can weld it up. Another big shout out to Parrish Fabrication for all he's doing for the field, the filming, and his fab work. So, time to get back to work. All right, so here we are, Northern Tool. Me and Bailey. Gonna try to grab the tools we need and a couple other things I need for the shop. So, you go find Allen wrenches, and I'm gonna try to find the socket that I need. Or you want to get a? Will a set like that fit?
I'd rather get a socket.
12 point. Deep.
It goes up to 10. 10, we need like 14.
I don't think that'll fit. It's too tight of an area. That goes up to a 12. All right. Remember, Bailey, we gotta be social distancing.
13 to 22.
Yeah, I don't need all that. Jesus. Always a pain in the ass buying tools. See, they sell individual Torx bits, but not Allen's. That's shoddy. All right, I'm gonna get off here so I can go shopping. All right, so me and Bailey, we're leaving Northern Tool now, and we're here to pick up some bangs and then bought some shit that I didn't need anyway. Got his Allen set, get this diff pulled the rest of the way out because I'm missing several from my set. Shocker, probably people have borrowed them and never returned them. Had to get a socket that I needed for doing my forge lines because the one I had cracked. So, get that. And then we picked up a 35mm wrench because we're going to chop this and modify it to be my e-brake pull in the LS G35. And that's why we got 35mm because G35. And the brand on this, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, it's called Clutch. So fits pretty good. It suits the hydro handbrake. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a giveaway with the gold-plated ASD billet handbrake handle that comes out of the car. So once we get this one situated and modified to where it works like it should, I'll give that one away when we hit 500 subscribers. I'll probably do a giveaway of 3 items. Probably do a swag pack, a big swag pack, a small swag pack, and then somebody will get the e-brake handle and maybe something else. So that being said, we're on the way back to the shop, get this diff out so Bailey right here can weld it up, Parish Fabrication, and either get that car done today or tomorrow and go rip it around the field. Yes, sir. Alright guys, so got all the bolts out, had to fight a little bit, and as you can hear in the background, the car is pissing a little bit. There was a bunch of water in the trunk where this car's been sitting outside in the weather, so we actually bent the trunk pan back to make it easier to get the bolts. I mean, it's a parts car, I don't care if it gets damaged, but we got the trans jack up and about to pull this diff out. All 3 bolts are out of the back.
roll it over here.
So diff is out. Now we need a
It's like a 14.
I need to drain all the fluid out of this thing. Not sure what size it is.
It's like a 14.
That's about the size of the axle.
Oh, you're talking about, oh yeah, the plug.
Yeah.
It's a 10 or 12. No, I think it's a 12.
Alright, grab it. I'm gonna run this over here. Then we're drain. Think 12.
See what that does. I think it might be a 10.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10. It's too small to be 12. This diff felt to be in good shape. It felt like it was in good shape.
Oh, 3/8 shot.
Yes, 10. Where's that 3/8 I had? Hey, hold this diff. God dang. Let me get the breaker bar. Where'd I put the breaker bar? I mean, jack handle. Here, I just use this 35mm wrench that we just bought. Got it?
Yeah, I think.
So, that wrench is going to be more than just a e-brake handle. Fluid looks good. There's some metal on the drain plug. A little bit of material on it. Not bad though, I mean, it's a thrash car, so it really don't matter. Had a good bit of stuff on it. Doesn't matter. Just get welded up.
That'll happen. I wish we knew what ratio was on it.
I can look it up. If I run the VIN number and get it. Fun fact, my GS 430, the bad car, it's got a dip out of IS in it for better gearing.
I remember seeing that. Excuse me. You want to pull that CV?
Yeah, 21 on the lug. Go ahead and do that. And then I'll set my impacts down here.
Nope, I'll do it.
While this thing's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the diff cover.
You don't have a gun down here?
Pretty sure it's at the house. Yep. Actually, no, it's over here. I just remember. I changed the wheels on the convertible G35. got our box over here with all the bolts that we removed. Trying the gentle way is not working. Where's my other hammer? Where's my other hammer at? Oh, there. Yeah. All right. Get your light. So right there's our spiders we're gonna load up. What you think?
Oh yeah, I'll do it. Does it not have any stenciling on the on your thing?
What do you mean?
For the ratio.
Here. I don't think so, but I am gonna go ahead and get some brake cleaner, start spraying it out. Best brake cleaner you can buy right here. O'Reilly's. Oh, sorry. Woo. It's strong. I think one more can. At least let it sit here until you're ready to load it. See, something we could do. I think I've got a thick enough plate over there. The way we did the one in the drift car, we cut a plate and like wedged it in, welded it, rotated it, and then did the same thing on the other side. So probably just cut a plate. They'll sit against here, 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 and here, and then just weld it up. Or are you wanting to just weld the gears together in all four corners?
That's weird. I mean, it's typically done.
So
You could always
put whatever you think. You're the one that's going to be doing it.
Do like a gusset.
I mean, you're sponsoring it, so it's 100% in your hands. If it breaks, it's on you.
What's that? It won't break, I promise.
I know.
That's fine. We'll make it work.
Keep spraying this off. Give you a good clean surface. I think it's pretty clean. Or you want to load it today or tomorrow?
Probably more.
Well, what we'll do is we'll let it sit here overnight, and then come in here tomorrow, check it out, and probably, oh, hold on, go back. Right there, hold on, there's some grease right there. I can see it caked up a little bit. We'll see how clean it is.
Well, on this thing there, light up like a damn.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm on the hardware.
All right, so got our diff cleaned up. Spins really good. So we'll get over here tomorrow, weld this thing up, and then go do some testing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. This episode has been sponsored by Parrish Fabrication. Bailey Parrish, the owner, has been helping us out tremendously with fab work and other things done around the property and on the off-road Lexus. If you need anything done from a top quality race car all the way to just basic metal repair work, Parrish Fabrication is the go-to in the Carolinas. In the description below, there will be a link to go check out their Facebook page. Give them a like, share, and hit them up. Get some work done.